Everybody is close to being set, and you're welcome to still write those comments there. I'm going to introduce our second speaker. Our second speaker is James Johnson, and he is sharing with us tonight some in his speech, A Place Called Home. Safety, security, protection, comfort. A little piece of your own where you can be yourself. Home is often described in these terms, but what if your home is no longer any of these things? James, please come up and speak A Place Called Home.
What does home feel like? Close your eyes. Picture it for a moment. A place where you feel safe. A place where you're protected. A place where your children grew up. Where your parents grew old. A place where your roots run deep. Now open your eyes. Look around. Does America feel like that to you? Or does it feel like something slipping away? A home that no longer welcomes you. No longer protects you, no longer even feels like yours. America was meant to be a home, not a marketplace, not a battleground, and not a fading memory of something that once was. A home. And yet, tell me, does it feel like that? Everywhere you look, people are struggling, fighting just to be heard, to be seen, to be valued. Families are breaking under the weight of an economy that serves only the powerful. Our traditions, the things that make us who we are being stripped away, rewritten, or discarded entirely. And worst of all, we've been told to accept this, to lower our eyes, silence our hearts, and merely endure. But when did endurance replace hope? When did survival become enough? America was never meant to be endured. It was meant to be lived, to be built, to be cherished. It was meant to be home. National populism is not about anger. It is about love. Love for our people, love for our way of life, and love for the generations that will come after us. It's about reclaiming what was always meant to be ours, a nation that belongs to its citizens. Not to corporations, not to foreign interests, and certainly not to those who view America as nothing more than a tool for their own personal gain. We believe in passing along opportunities once understood to be our birthright to the next generation, where the smallest voices are heard just as clearly as the loudest, and where our traditions are not treated as relics, but as the foundations upon which we build our future. We believe in a nation where no child grows up feeling ashamed of who they are, where no parent has to choose between putting food on the table or paying rent, and where no American has to ask if their sacrifice will ever be enough. This is what national populism fights for. Not wealth, not conquest, not power, but the simple and unshakable truth that every person deserves a place where they belong, a home. You know the pain of seeing people struggle. You know the heartbreak of watching communities wither away while those in power merely look on. And you know deep in your soul that if nothing changes, the future is only going to look worse. We cannot wait for someone else to fix this. No one is coming to save us. If we do not take action, if we do not demand change, then the country we leave to our children, the country that we inherited, will no longer be recognizable. But here's the truth they don't want you to realize. We are not powerless. We are not voiceless. And when we stand together, when we are tenacious, and when we rise as one, there is nothing that will stand in our way. I do not come from wealth or privilege or from those circles where power is passed around like an inheritance. I come from the same place as you do. From a family that fought hard, from a community that struggled, and from a people who knows what it means to fight for something real, to fight for a home. I do not spread this message to be another name in history. I speak because I refuse to watch our nation fail, because I know that we can do better, because I believe in you, I believe in us, and I believe in what we can build together. Unlike politicians you've been offered before, I'm not going to make empty promises. I'm not going to ask for your faith without proving myself worthy of it. What I offer you is something more. Not words, but actions. Not vague ideals, but real opportunities. Not another disappointment, but a movement that will never surrender, never falter, and never forget who it fights for: the American people. History does not remember those who surrendered to fear. It remembers those who stood their ground, those who believed and those who fought, and those who built a world worth living in, those who built a home. And if you're willing to stand with me, I promise you this: we will not be remembered as the generation that let America fail, but we will be remembered as the ones who took back our home. National populism is not just a movement. It is a home for all of us who have felt unheard, unseen, and unwanted. It is a fire that will not go out. And if you're ready to fight for something real, something greater than yourself, then come. Stand with me, and together we will take back our home. Thank you.